Hey everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we are on the test server to check out Leikan, the Storm Seal. Alright, we have an amazing, unique design. What is even happening? He looks like a horse, he looks like a dragon. When you hear Leikan, I think of a werewolf. It's spelled different though. But holy moly, like what is this character? It is not something I'm familiar with if it's part of other like mythology. It definitely kind of has that Chinese or Asian dragon vibe. Very cool though, right? Very, very interesting. Arbiter Nightmare for the factions, Tactician as well, and normal damage. Okay. But yeah, very good overall. Like, feeling different for sure. So I'm gonna go through and read through the whole kit. And we will end with the story, the lore, because it's only a one character showcase. So I'm gonna try to go through this quickly. But I will start by saying a part of the overview here. They did suggest that he is particularly good for Matrix 1 and Gear Raid 1 or other similar group scenarios. Maybe even pairing with someone like, what's her name? I forgot her name. Xena. I always forget Xena's name. I don't know why. Xena. Yeah, Xena. Which is interesting. We'll have to see about that. That sounds pretty cool. I haven't really used her, so maybe it'll be a fun reason too. So many cool effects going on visually. Let's read the little blurb. An ancient being who wields divine retribution commands lightning to judge the battlefield, directs allies to shred enemy lines, and eliminates the wounded and with thunderous light. His basic stats here, look at the range, is pretty cool. It's an interesting range. AoE, physical attack, displacement, and ally buff are his tags. An attack of 5,400. Interesting. Defense 2,800, 30,000 HP for the bases. Cost of 18, block of 2. Attack interval is 3 seconds. Rage regen auto of 13. Alright. Talent. Triggers a lethal judgment every 12 seconds. Each basic attack reduces the cooldown by 1 second. Lethal judgment deals 30% less damage to airborne units. Lethal judgment executes enemies with HP below 15%. This effect doesn't apply to elites or bosses. And lethal judgment deals 300% AoE damage one time to up to 8 enemies and inflicts 1 stack of radiant erosion for 10 seconds. Okay, so that's super fun. The execute type strategy can be really helpful in something like Gear Raid 1. You think of like Vienna from the classic example, right? You have someone else be doing damage and then Vienna comes in and executes them. He has the same thing as well. That's definitely helpful for something like that. Or yeah, Matrix, taking out let someone else blast and then him finish off the other waves. Let's see though. Basic attack deals 100% AoE damage to the target and up to 5 enemies around the target. Damage to airborne units is reduced by 30%. Ooh, Primordial Thunder. Look at that ultimate. Oh, that's fun! I love that explosion. Whoa, that was fun. And okay! The 2 different visuals, depending on if he just shoots or if he moves in. Oof. I love his animations. Okay, let's read about it. Can choose and move to an unoccupied ground tile within 3 tiles. Can also move to a ground tile occupied by an ally hero to force their retreat. Interesting. The first movement in each battle reduces that ally's redeployment time by 75%, and the next deployment cost by 50%. Oh, interesting. A cheap way to force someone who's about to die. It's like someone's about to die. He steps in, boots them out. You get better recharge for them to come back in. It's like he's like, don't worry, I got you, boo. I like that. I like that. The first, sorry, where are we? Within 25 seconds after casting the ultimate, increases attack by 20%, and each basic attack reduces lethal judgment cooldown by an additional 1 second, and lethal judgment can be triggered 1 extra time when triggered. Skill ups do add a duration increase for ultimate attack, and then of course reduced cooldown, and lethal judgment has a reduced cooldown by 1 less basic, or 1 per basic attack of 1 second. Okay. Oh, that's fun. The animations are amazing as well. Really good job visually. Wrath of the Earth passive. Each time lethal judgment kills an enemy, restores additional rage by 10, and the next lethal judgment after a kill has increased damage range. When allied heroes enter or leave the range within 2 tiles of the caster, reduce the cooldown of lethal judgment by 3 seconds and temporarily increases the caster and the ally's damage by 15 for 12 seconds. Okay, nice. And arena damage increase. And again, he's Arbiter and Nightmare. Arbiter in Arena. I know a lot of people don't use Praetus anymore because there's so many other options, but I love Praetus teams still in a lot of content, and it sounds like he will be amazing as well. Fun, fun. I don't know. It sounds like it's so strong. I love it. Okay. Let's go on to the Awakenings. Awaken 1. Per battle, the ultimate can trigger the ally deployment time and cost reduction 1 additional time. When triggered, additionally reduces redeployment time by 75% and next deployment cost by 25%. 1 additional time. That's pretty cool. I like his, like, get out of the way, I'm taking over, or get out of the way, I'm saving you style. Alright, attack plus 300 for the Awaken 2. Awaken 3, when Storm Shroud triggers, increases the duration by 5 seconds. That was the passive. Okay, reduce the cooldown. Got it. When allied heroes leave the range, it makes his lethal judgment come back faster. Okay, and then Awaken 4, penetration plus 8%. In Awaken 5, increases lethal judgment damage multiplier by 120%. And execution threshold by 5%. Okay, damn. That's definitely a fun kit. I see why they suggest him for strong AoE teams, especially in comps where Arbiter or Nightmare can be strong. Sounds like a lot of fun to play. I look forward to seeing people put out some guides on him as well. But yeah, this is, again, an Arbiter character, so this will be an Ancient summon. I'm assuming this may be our next banner hero, so save your summons. Let's find out. Pull those Ancients. Wait to get Dracula at the very end. We will see how this goes. I'm looking forward to it. Unique character. Hope I can grab him myself. But yeah, let's move into the lore. Scales of Storms. Once the storm was whole, unknown. Too long ago to fathom two forces rose from the first tempest, neither mortals nor gods, but something older. The first voices of thunder and lightning. One was Ryzen, whose thunder drums could shatter the spine of the sky. The other was Leikan, whose bolts carried the weight of judgment. Each strike a violent release that purged chaos from the air. Though born from the same flux, their natures were opposite as they carved the world evenly between them. Ryzen's path was to rend and scatter, to let chaos sweep the land clean from above as he broke empires and stripped mountains bare. Leikan was to bind and measure. In the first days, his lightning shaped the coastlines, and his stillness let the earth grow calm enough for life to take hold. The symbolic pact was born not of trust but necessity. For if there is thunder that bludgeons the skies, there must be lightning to cut through the madness. And when the land of Taya had formed in full, when their clashes had sown enough turmoil and tranquility, In equal measure, they ceased fighting and split the dominion of the realm. Ages passed, and the land grew quiet. The pact held. Ryzen drew it to the skies, his name fading into prayer and rumor. As for Leikan, he laid himself on Taya's coast, keeping close watch on the earth his bolts had shaped. Centuries of tides and silt disguised his vast body as a scattered chain of isles known as the basilisk tail, where the hair on the necks of seafarers would stand on end as they navigated its shallow waters. Only those who knew the oldest songs understood. The islands were his bones, the reefs his mane, the wind itself his breath. He would not rise again until the world's balance shattered. The warning came to pass when Azuma fell, and the 8 drums of Ryzen thundered once more, for the war between the Arbiters and Valderon created a void to be filled with the chaos unbridled. Sky's drums pounded without pause, and storms no longer turned with seasons, but tore at them. In answer, the chain of islets shook themselves free of the earth, with Leikan rising once more, violet eyes ablaze with reckoning. His nature is no servant's. His lightning can heal as swiftly as it wounds. His tempest can shelter as well as shatter. Against Ryzen's destructive thunder, Leikan answers with the only electric force that can stand against it. He is the seal that cannot be broken, the law that even the tempest must obey. His storms march like armies, his hooves ringing like war drums, and his lightning spares nothing once judgment is cast. The storms you and I fear, those we mistake for hurricanes, squalls, and cyclones, these are the returning clashes of 2 titans in the skies of Taya, neither granting quarter nor seeking it.